There's a very strong togetherness, if you would. I wouldn't want to raise my family anywhere else. You feel safe here. You feel secure. You feel that you can have great restaurants. There's great entertainment. The sports aspect of everything is really huge here.
Getting them involved gets them to school. Our GPA as a whole for athletes are 0.5 higher than our non-athlete students. So that not only gets them active physically, but it gets their minds where they need to be, and it helps them get to graduation because there's additional people behind them pushing them towards that stage in May.
We had so many of our players have come back and work within our community. They've gone on, got a degree in college, and now they're working at plants around here in important roles. And just to see that makes you proud.
It's just like a opportunity for them to get out of some of these environments that they're in and to come into a positive setting and a positive environment and pretty much see how it is to come together and work together as a team.
I think that, when we rally behind each other, for instance, like football games, we pack our football games out. I think we always show up for our kids when it matters most. Nobody can ever say that Abbeville wasn't supporting or wasn't backing behind their people.
Right now, currently, we are ranked number 9 in the state for academics. Abbeville is growing in a way that we hope to produce students who are able to come back here. We want our students to have a career. We want them to be ready for the workforce, go to college, but we also want them to return home to Abbeville one day so that we can continue the good trends that we have going already.
A few years back, we did an Abbeville Promise. The consultant said it's going to be tough to raise $1.2 million to fund that. And we raised over $1.2 million. We just try to provide all of our students with the best education possible.
We were real involved with the founding of the Abbeville Promise. That was a very ambitious project, and it was to guarantee every high school graduate a 2-year education at Piedmont Technical College. And we saw that as an investment in the community. We saw that as a way to grow the community.
How do we actually create an atmosphere and a culture where we can actually grow people holistically, where they can become better mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, financially, all of it? Like, that's been our dream, to create that kind of an environment and a culture. Business is an opportunity or a vehicle to bless others around you. It's not just about making money for yourself.
One thing is we're really proud of, we've been doing a large food drive every December, and we've donated several tons of food every December for the last 2 years on that program. And just a way to give back, to say that, hey, we're not here just to serve you, we're actually here to serve the community as well.
I guess a year and a half or so ago, Abbeville put out a request for proposal for consideration of affiliation with another larger healthcare system. And we went through that process with Abbeville Area Medical Center and the Greenwood County Council, and a lot of meetings and discussions. And we feel very fortunate to have the opportunity to partner with Abbeville Area Medical Center. Really, what we want to do here is bring more care to the community of Abbeville, specifically bringing more specialty coverage back to Abbeville. One of the things that had faded over time, the primary care base here is awesome. If you think about Dr. Moore, Dr. Hodges, Dr. Oxendine, but some of the specialty coverage, they were started to have kind of a decline over the last several years, and we're going to be able to bring that back.
We've seen a lot of growth. Thankfully, we've had a lot of providers that we've added some services in our local area, and really just try to kind of optimize and improve the quality of the care that we provide. We were able to recruit a neurologist back into town, which has been a big help. Through our affiliation with Self Regional, we've been able to add what we call service lines, so cardiology, urology. We've just recently started with physiatry, so just adding some additional resources where instead of a patient having to travel distances to go and see specialists in those areas, they're able to kind of get that care closer to home.
Abbeville is an amazing place to live. We have great schools, we have great people. There's good food, there's good things to do, but the biggest barrier that we have a lot of times is the opportunity to address the ancillary causes of people's health care. Whether or not they have access to good food, whether or not they can afford food, whether or not they can have access to their medications, whether or not they have power in their house, whether or not they have a place to live. And so really, I think one of the greatest opportunities of living in a small town in a very dynamic and flexible healthcare system has been the opportunity to not only practice medicine, but really start to reach out to the community and begin to address some of those needs.